All right, everybody. Good evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you all at. I am the Slasher Dude. This is what I watched in October in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's rock. All right. How's it going, everybody? Hoping everyone's having a good day or evening or morning, wherever you're all at. Here is the link you can see for the late, great David Lowe. There's the GoFundMe there in the bottom part there. If you can, go send your love and support. Take care of my found footage brother, and we'll see you one of those times in the sky. But anyway, hoping everyone's having a good evening here. I'm the Slasher Dude. Just going through what I watched in October, so this can go pretty quickly. Again, hoping everyone's having a great day, good time, all that good stuff. Day off, so I'd get this out of the way here. If you can, slash the like, sleeping bag, kill the subscribe. I am here, of course, on YouTube. I am on, I was on X, but I'll never call it X. Letterboxd, Chris C, and Instagram, Chris C Slasher Dude 1979. All right, I'm gonna get this started real quick. And of course, Tiana always with the support. How you doing? Hope you're having a good day and all this other stuff too. And we're going to get started here quick. What I watched in October. So mostly horror and stuff like that and some other goodies, some slash along films you'll see in here. I did with Keith, Agoraphobe and stuff like that. And my buddy Cal as well. It's Cal L. Daly. I'd like to thank my geeky brother there, Jeff, aka John Doe Juggalo. Go ahead and subscribe to his channel. He hit a milestone a few days ago and stuff like that. Monetized, all that good stuff. Keep on doing what you do, Jeff. Follow your dreams, everybody. Do what you do. And hopefully you're all happy. And yeah, we're going to get started here in a second. So basically what I watched in October. So we'll get this started here. And we'll share this. And here we go. First big one here. Yeah, Night of the Living Dead. This was part of a discussion I did with Agoraphobe on this film and how impactful it is. Of course, directed by the very great George A. Romero. We all know how important this film is in just horror in general. Started a different type of zombie film. Mostly it was about voodoo undead. This is a little different. So this kind of put the zombie horror industry on its head a little bit. Probably one of the greatest independent films ever made, in my opinion. But yeah, that's Night of the Living Dead. I'll get started here. Next up, of course, its predecessor. My favorite in the trilogy, or in the Dead series that Romero did, Day of the Dead. This is probably my favorite. 4.5 out of 5 stars and a heart. This is so a solid 9 out of 10 for me. It's a great film, great soundtrack, and this is a studio film. Studio released this film. It's very surreal, almost like a fever dream. Not much I can say about it. The film's a masterpiece, in my opinion. Definitely different for what it is, but yeah, that's the Day of the Dead. If you have not seen it, check it out. Who knows? Maybe Scream Factory will release a 4K of that in the future. Grave of the Vampire. This was unheard of Scream Factory release. It's pretty good. I do have the Blu-ray. It's kind of a rough film, but quick synopsis here. Vampire Caleb Croft has awakened from his unholy slumber with an insatiable lust for blood and the pleasure of the flesh. So, yeah, quick story here. He's a vampire. He impregnates a woman, and the son is like half vampire and all this other stuff too. It's pretty good for what it is. It's definitely different. Yeah, William Smith, Michael Pataki, Lynn Peters. I think it's William Smith who plays the vampire, Caleb Croft and stuff. I like different vampires, and yeah, this was done in 1972. It's pretty good. I do like it. It's a different type of vampire film, but I would check it out if you like kind of stuff like that. Next up, the Card Player from Dario Argento. I didn't mind this film. A lot of people, it's probably in the lesser part of his filmography, but it's pretty good. I gave it 3 stars and a heart, so about a solid 6 out of 10. This guy's in it from Game of Thrones, so also Dario's other daughter is in here. So yeah, Liam Cunningham is in here. Stefani Rocca is in here as Anna. Good actress. And so, yeah, there's Fiore Argento. That's the one I was thinking of. So the other Argento daughter and what have you. So about a serial killer kidnaps these people, and you play like online poker with him, and you have to win so many out of times. If not, the person dies. So think Saw before Saw. I mean, that's my best example. Was done in 2003. So in kind of in that vein, I do like it. It's pretty good. It's very modern though for his films. So, but yeah, like I say, it's pretty good. So yeah, 3 stars out of 5 in the heart. So not too bad. Excuse me. All right. Next up, this is part of a slash along, Halloween 2. I think this is my second or third favorite all-time slasher. I love Halloween 2. Hot take, a little more than the original. Probably because it's more of a slasher film. So yeah, you saw the score I gave it. 4.5 out of 5 stars in the heart. So it's a solid 9 out of 10 for me. I really do like it. Directed by Rick Rosenthal. Sorry, going a little bit fast here with the talking. It's takes place in the same evening. I just think it's better. I think the soundtrack is better. And yeah, the kills are great. What else can you say about that? That's Halloween 2. Hey, what's going on, Reed? Yeah, thank you. Thank you for joining for the stream last night as well. I really appreciate it. Go and follow his channel, Spicy 4K Action. He's just enjoying life and having a great one. I see you in there, Holland. Thank you for joining my fellow one of my awesome moderators here. I appreciate that. We can officially kind of start here. But yeah, that's Halloween 2. One of the greatest slashers ever, in my opinion. One of my personal favorites, of course. So it was just during that craze. All right, here. So I'm going to give this film a little bit of credit. And yeah, that's The Crow 2024. So 2 stars out of 5 and a heart, because I respect what they were trying to do with this film. The big gripes I have with this, it's a little bit too long. It's a little bit too long, a little bit too convoluted in my taste. The blood looks too CGI for my taste. It just does. Excuse me. But my Killer Queen, the Killer Queen, aka My Killer Podcast, she likes the film. I do. I like it for what it is. I'll always give films their props, no matter how kind of maybe bad. To me, I don't think it's the worst film of the year. I think they could have done a lot better with it. That's just me. The film seems rushed, in my opinion. There's a lot more they can do with this. I would like to see director's cut of this film. That's what I'd like to see if they changed anything with that, because I'm sure they probably would have. That's just my opinion on that. But yeah, that's The Crow. But it's not terrible, so it's worth a watch. I do like the atmosphere and stuff like that of that. So next up, Green Room. Man, so glad I finally decided to watch this. I think this is when it was Terror Tuesdays, which I turned into Slasher Dude Reviews. 4 out of 5 stars and a heart. So a solid 8 out of 10 for me. So about these this band of this they're like a thrash metal group and stuff like that, and go to this dive barish type place that's run by neo-Nazis. In no other way of kind of saying it, Patrick Stewart, one of his best performances. He's a great actor. Good people in here. A24 brought this out. Not what I was expecting when I saw it, and I was pleasantly surprised by it. But yes, it's definitely a good one. That's Green Room, 2015, directed by Jeremy Saulnier. Let me all know if you've kind of seen this one. Yeah, Green Room is a good one. That's for sure. I definitely do like it a lot. Like I say, Patrick Stewart in these parts playing a piece of shit in so many words. But it's very well paced. So yeah, it's a good one. Definitely check that out. Saw this on YouTube. Someone put it up on here. City of the Dead. The City of the Dead. So 3.5 out of 5 stars and a heart. So yeah, a young college student arrives in a sleepy Massachusetts town in search of witchcraft. During her stay at an eerie inn, she discovers a startling secret about the town and its inhabitants. Kind of think Black Sunday. So this was done 1960, directed by John Moxey. Has the late great Christopher Lee in here, Patricia Jessel, Tom Naylor. This is a kind of a gem here in these horror films, and it's kind of like a Hammer film, you can say, but Christopher Lee is in it. He plays a good part. You'd have to check it out to see what y'all think of it. I'm starting to dive back into these more classic horror films. I like the witch films. I do a lot. I like it if they're done right, yeah, but that's The City of the Dead. Let me know if you've all heard of this film or seen it before. Like I say, it's pretty dated, 1960, but whoever put it up on YouTube did a good kind of transfer. I see how they did it. They took an HD camera and put it like when they're playing on the 4K TV and stuff like that, and you get that effect from that, if you know what I'm talking about. So, but yeah, City of the Dead, The City of the Dead. Yeah, like I say, Tiana, it's one of more classic type films. So just starting to dive into those. Like I say, I've really started to dive into Hammer films. So it's pretty good. This one, Strange Darling. So this is up there for my horror of the year. So I have my top 5 horrors of the year so far. There's still more I have to watch. I'd like to thank some certain people for helping me out with some of those other films. I really appreciate it. Slasher Dude loves you guys. So Strange Darling, 4 out of 5 stars and a heart. So this is a solid 8. So yeah, nothing is what it seems when a twisted one night stand spirals into a serial killer's vicious murder spree. That's all I'm going to tell you guys. If you haven't seen that, check it out. So, Willa Fitzgerald, Kyle Gallner, very good actor. Madison Beatty, and really good people here. Barbara Hershey's in here, and you get introduced to. She's part of this like elderly couple. It's great. It starts out like Texas Chainsaw Massacre with the narration. That's all I'm gonna say. So so right now Maxine was at 5th. This beats Maxine by a mile. Like, it's very good. I like it more than I thought I would. I'm like going, okay, I know it got like a limited theater release, but definitely if you have not seen this, check out Strange Darling. It's a great film. I really like it a lot. My girl Allie put her review up there, of course. So, but yeah, definitely check out Strange Darling if you have not. Oh, very nice, Tiana. Yeah, so definitely. Next up, this was part of my Jalo Rex stream that I did with Darren. Like to thank him a lot. Sticking with me, I really appreciate it. So Murder Obsession. So this is a gothic Jalo done by the very late great Ricardo Freda. I think this was his last film. 1981. My goodness, yeah. So yeah, Michael's a successful actor, but he has a scandal in his past. At a tender age, he knifed his father to death. He and his girlfriend Deborah go to his mother's for the weekend and are joined by the director and others from a recent film project. His mother is being played by the great Anita Strindberg. My goodness, still looks good here, and oh my goodness. So this has slasher elements in it. It's a gothic thriller giallo slasher from the late great Ricardo Freda, who did some awesome gothic horror films. Shoot, Mario Bava worked under him. What can I say? This gets a 3 out of 5 stars and a heart. I liked it a lot for what it is. Unfortunately, I watched a version on Amazon Prime that I paid for that had no subtitles. That's okay. You kind of know what's going on, and Darren helped me out a lot with that. So I do like it a lot. That's Murder Obsession. If you like giallos, man, those dudes, Dirk and Darren, are the people to go to. I'm starting to dive into it for a couple years. Yeah. I would recommend this. Yes. And next up, saw this on Amazon Prime. That's a White Zombie, 1932, finally. So this was like a color version, and they added sounds to it. You probably had to, because this is 32. Directed by Victor Halperin, but starring the great Bela Lugosi, acting like Dracula. This film is very important in the horror industry, in my opinion. Basically, it takes place on a plantation, if I'm correct, and the owner, there's this kind of love triangle going on. The woman that this dude is into, she dies and goes to Bela Lugosi's character. Yeah, landowner convinces a sorcerer to lure the American woman he has fallen from away from her fiance, only to have the madman decide to keep the woman for himself as a zombie. Yeah, so she dies. He resurrects her. And through, they say sorcerer, it's through voodoo magic, what have you. And they're basically slaves of his. It's Bela Lugosi acting like Dracula. He has his chest out when he walks and stuff. He has that look to him. All-time Hall of Fame actor for horror. I mean, what else can you say about this film of how important it is? I do like it a lot. It's a trip to watch. But yeah, that's White Zombie. So yeah, 3.5 out of 5 stars and a heart. So let's see. Yeah, I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. It's a good one. Hey, what's going on, Sean? I see Sean in here. I see Gizmo in here. Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, get your sleep, my friend. I'm sure the little one's keeping you awake. I really appreciate you dropping in saying hi. I really appreciate that. Check out Video Man Gizmo's channel. He's doing some big stuff over there. So, French side, yeah. So very good. Yeah, thanks for all just showing up a bit. Really appreciate that. But yeah, that's White Zombie. So, I mean, it's an important film. So I think Kino has this. You can get for cheap in a sale. Next up, Southern Comfort. I really like this film. This is really good. Directed by directed by Walter Hill. I love Walter Hill. He's one of my favorite directors. I did not expect to get what I got from this film. It's kind of has slasher elements to it. So basically, it's these National Guardmen are in, a squad of National Guards on an isolated weekend exercise in the Louisiana swamp must fight for their lives when they anger local Cajuns by stealing their canoes. Without live ammunition in strange country, their experience begins to mirror the Vietnam experience. Yeah. So this gets 4 out of 5 stars and a heart. So this gets a solid 8.5 out of 10 for me. I really do like it. I have the 4K that Vinegar Syndrome release. That is a great release. Great release. All-star cast here. Keith Carradine, Powers Booth. You can't get better. Fred Ward, Franklin Seals, T.K. Carter, Lewis Smith. I mean, Peter Coyote's in here. I mean, great film. The 4K transfer looks great for this film. It's very good. That's all I can say. It looks great. I mean, it's pretty terrifying what happens, and definitely it's a war PTSD type of a film. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Like I say, this is the available stuff on here. I think you can, you can see it on Shudder. It's on there. So it does count as horror. There is horror type stuff. There's like light slasher elements for this film. But yeah, that's Southern Comfort. All right. Next up, this was a recommendation from Darren, and Celluloid Dreams is releasing this. This was also part of a stream that we did. A Short Night of Glass Dolls by Aldo Lado, a director who does not get enough credit. Aldo Lado directed The Night Train Murders, which I like a lot as a Last House-esque film. I think it's a little bit more brutal than Last House. That's just my opinion on it. So 1971 stars Ingrid Thulin, Jean Sorel, Mario Adolf, and Barbara Bach. Yeah, very young Barbara Bach, married to Ringo Starr. So an American journalist in Prague searches for his girlfriend who has suddenly disappeared. Think Don't Look Now before Don't Look Now. It has, like I say, his girlfriend goes missing. He goes around Prague asking people where she's at. Very, 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 very good. This is a horror-like film. I think Jacob's Ladder takes from this film quite a bit with some scenes. Yeah, this gets 4 out of 5 stars, a solid 8 out of 10. This can go up with each watch. If any giallo to check out, this would be it. Aldo Lado, I scream it because I'm going to talk about another one of his films. Like he just has a great filmography. He's up there for giallo directors. You can put him with the Sergios. He's almost in that second tier, right? So he's in that second tier of giallo directors. Yeah, that's Short Night of Glass Dolls. Celluloid Dreams is releasing the 4K of this. How about them? How about those guys? Doing great stuff over there. So yeah, that's Short Night of Glass Dolls. So let's see. Next out, personal favorite of mine from the Hammer film, The Devil Rides Out. Gizmo, if you're still in the chat, I would recommend this film to you to watch. The Devil Rides Out by the great Hammer veteran director Terrence Fisher. The Beauty of Woman, The Demon of Darkness, The Unholy of Union. So, yeah, the powers of good are pitted against the forces of evil as Duke D. Rich. I can't say that. Basically, Christopher Lee plays a Duke whose friend is with this cult of people, and there's a few Bond villains in here. Christopher Lee being one Bond villain. So you have Christopher Lee, Charles Gray being the other Bond villain. He plays a cult leader. So they don't say kidnap him, but they get this young man and woman into this cult and stuff like that, and it's all about the resurrection of the devil or the child of the devil. Like I say, done in 1968. This is when Hammer started to go in a different direction with their films. Christopher Lee is very good in this. Charles Gray is very good in this. I'm shocked they didn't do enough films together. He plays a great villain in this. There's a certain scene where he goes up into this family's home. There's great scenes between everybody. It's great acting. It's a great horror. It's great Hammer. This stands out from other Hammer films, in my opinion. There's just something different about it. But yeah, that's The Devil Rides Out. 4 out of 5 stars in a heart. So this gets an 8.5 out of 10 for me. Great Hammer film. If any Hammer films you want to check out, this would be one of them. Let's see. Next up, yeah, this was another watch along, I believe. The Evil Dead, yeah, directed by Sam Raimi. Probably one of the greatest independent, if not the best, independent horror film ever made. 1981, Bruce Campbell. Basically 79 is when his film. Bruce Campbell, who co-produced it, and Sandwich, Richard Demeanor, all these classic characters here. Barbara Carey's also in here. So a very good one, all-time classic. 4 out of 5 stars. So 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, it's really good. I like it a lot. But yeah, that's The Evil Dead. We've all seen it. We've all seen it. So it's a good one. So we're almost there. Let's see. We got this one really impressed me. So I'm kind of out of order with the Hammer Dracula film. So this is Taste the Blood of Dracula. This takes place after Dracula has risen from the grave, basically. And this one's really good. This changed the narrative on horror Dracula, in my opinion. It's very good. So it gets 3.5 out of 5 stars. So this gets a solid 7 out of 10. This is one of my more favorite Christopher Lee Dracula films, in my opinion. So 3 elderly, distinguished gentlemen are searching for some excitement in their boring, burlesque lives and gets in contact with one Count Dracula's servants. Yeah, so basically they find this dude because they think Hellraiser before Hellraiser. So they want to rush and they want to do something different. He's like, okay, get this stuff for me. They go to this pawn shop and this dude gives them this goblet of stuff, which is like blood in like sand form, right? Because that's what Dracula turns into. You can call it like red ash. He pours it in the glasses. The one dude's the only one to drink it. They're not. And that dude gets resurrected as Dracula himself, Christopher Lee. Then Lee's character as Dracula gets revenge on all of them. It's a great revenge story. It's very good horror. It was done in 1970. So yeah, directed by Peter Sasty. So this takes place. Here's another Hammer film I would suggest everyone check out because it's different Hammer. So it's a different Dracula than you may think it is. I really like it. So Warner Brothers released this. You can probably find this on Amazon for pretty cheap. But yeah, that's Taste of Blood of Dracula. I highly recommend it. Let's see. Almost there. Okay, and the last one from this one too is Who Saw Her Die? Another one from the great Aldo Lado. So Anita Strindberg is in this one as well. This one's a twisted one. So yeah, this gets 4 out of 5 stars and a heart. This is a very good giallo. This may have broken the top 10 all-timers for me for giallo. This is very good. So you have, get rid of these ads here a little bit. So yeah, between a 4-year gap in the murder of a young girl, the daughter of a well-known sculptor is discovered dead, and her parents conduct an investigation only to discover they are in over their heads as the body count keeps rising. So a young girl dies at the start of this film, and then the sculptor's daughter dies during this film, gets killed. They find her. This is more like Don't Look Now than Short Night of Glass Dolls. So it has George Lansby in here, Anita Strindberg as her awesome self. So same thing. He's trying to find out who killed her, who killed his daughter, and all this other stuff. So this plays a lot like Don't Look Now, specifically the dynamic between him and his wife. He's having an affair in here, and they totally just disregard that. If they didn't disregard that or did something else with it, I would give this giallo a higher mark. If you take kind of certain stuff out of this, it becomes a 9 out of 10. But yeah, this is definitely broke into like top 10 giallo of all time. Just need to know which one's going to go. So I would highly recommend this if you have not seen it yet. That's Who Saw Her Die by the great Aldo Lado, 1972. Let's see. Okay. Next up, this was a great one for our slasher stream that I'll recommend to watch. I have the DVD of this, and that's The Initiation from 1984, directed by Larry Stewart. This film is almost like a cursed film. They had issues with the original director, and they finally got out of that. So be young, stay young, and die young. So it's these fraternity girls do an initiation with this woman. Like here, first it starts out as a childhood trauma. She has a dream while this initiation is going on of what happened, who she thinks happened to her father, and there's like a fire and all this other stuff too. So it has a lot to do with memory loss. But yeah, amnesic sorority member who has been plagued by recurring nightmares, stalked alongside other co-eds by a killer in a deserted department store where they are completing a hazing ritual. It's not a department store, it's a mall, very big mall. So Vera Miles is in here from Psycho and Psycho 2 fame, great actress. Clu Gallagher is in here from Return of the Living Dead. Daphne Zuniga is here. She's this lady up here. You've seen her in like stuff like Melrose Place and other things. She's really young here. So yeah, Dan Dickerson is in here. Underrated slasher. So it gets a good solid 7, I believe, out of 10, but I gave it like 3.5 out of 5 stars and a heart. It's a good slasher, and it takes place in a mall. What else can you beat with that? I think it's done very well. So it's a good I don't know what you could double feature this slasher with, but probably Chopping Mall if you really want to, since both take place in a mall. I think this does a better job in the mall. That's just my opinion as a slasher anyway, so it's going okay. Oh, hey, what's going on, Jamie? So I see Jamie, and I see my fellow Justice League compadre there, Kal-El Daly. Thank you both for joining. Hope you're all having a great day. So yeah, good deal. Almost done here, but yeah, that's an initiation. I would check it out. I have the DVD of this. I think there's a Blu-ray that's out of print for this, but it's very good. I like the initiation a lot. It's not what you think it is. So it's pretty good. Next up, this was a watch along with JT's Horrors discussion. Check out his channel. Great dude. JT is an awesome dude. He does great stuff, man. We seem to be doing good work together. So me, him, and Keith, and Jason Ginger Ninja. So definitely check that out. So All Hallows Eve. So yeah, this is art. It's an anthology of Halloween films involving this dude here. At the end, it's a different person playing art. 4 out of 5 stars and a heart. So this gets a solid 8 out of 10. I really do like it a lot. And a heart, and a heart, you can say. Yeah. While watching two children on a Halloween night, babysitter finds an old VHS tape in the kid's trick or treat bag. Tape features three tales of terror, all linked together by a murderous clown. That's all you need to know. Like I say, it's a different person playing Art. So Katie Maguire, so she's a staple in the other Terrifier films. So it's cool that Damien Leone, very good director, man. Just something different. I do like this film a lot. Very Grindhouse-like. So All Hallows Eve, a great Halloween anthology. This gets up there. This is very good. So definitely check it out if you have not. That's All Hallows Eve. So this is on Shudder. I think it was on Tubi too. So it was on Amazon, but they kind of take that stuff off there. So all right, and yeah, last but not least, this one. This Dracula, Hammer Dracula, I like the best. One of the best. This plays more like a slasher. So this is Dracula Has Risen from the Grave, 1968. Look at that cover. So damn good. He lives, they die. Christopher Lee as the Fanged Undead. In the shadow of Castle Dracula, the Prince of Darkness is revived by blood trickling from the head wound of an unconscious priest attempting exorcism. And once more, fear and terror strikes Transylvania as the undead Prince of Darkness stalks the villagers of Cannenberg to ensnare victims and satisfy his evil thirst. So yeah, he kidnaps this woman right here. He uses women to get other women, basically. Christopher Lee is very good in this. Of course he is. I think he was meant to play the part. Rupert Davies and Veronica Carlson, my goodness, and Barbara Ewing. So we got some very pretty Hammer ladies in here. I would recommend this one out of all the Dracula films to kind of watch first. So there's 3 Dracula films from Hammer. That's The Horror of Dracula, Dracula Prince of Darkness, and Dracula Has Risen from the Grave. So these would be 3 Dracula Hammer films I would check out. Definitely. But yeah, very good. You have to watch it and give your own opinions on it, but I do like it a lot. But yeah, that's Dracula Has Risen from the Grave. Highly recommend that. So yeah, great stuff. Yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. So not too bad there. That's what I watched in that's what I watched in October. So not as so it's been pretty good. So not a bad what I watched during that month of October. So it's starting out really good. And all right, we got some good people in here. My fellow horror brother there, part of the Lords of Havoc there. That's Gorophobe, aka the Black and One. Hope you're doing good, my friend. So very, very good. Of course, I talked to Jamie and stuff like this. Bring that. Do you like this better than Stoker's Dracula? No, I do not. If you're talking about the one directed by Francis Ford Coppola, that's my all-time favorite Vamp film. I have the Steelbook 4K of that. That's my favorite. I remember doing that Vamp ranking with Gorophobe. May need to redo that. There's been some newer ones that I've watched and older ones that I've watched. But yeah, those. But there's just something about the Hammer Dracula that's just very good because they play like slashers a bit because they're like official sequels. The only one that's not like an official like in that trilogy of Hammer Draculas is Scars of Dracula. They kind of change it around a little bit. So, right. And Laren, my brother, what's going on? Shop at the Gap. Yeah, it's good to see you here. Thanks for stopping by. So not too bad. Like I say, quick, like 30-something minutes of just what I watched in October. And so, yeah, it was a good one and stuff like that. I expect a video later on today. Slasher Dude reviews on Existence from David Cronenberg, 1999. Yeah, pretty good. Expect that Slasher Dude review to be coming up in maybe another hour or something like that. I still need to do it. Anyway, yeah, and just expect future slash-alongs here and other great stuff with these great people and great collabs and all that good stuff. So it's all good. You all have a good, great evening and all that other good stuff too. And I will leave you with this right here. Rest in peace, David. Go do his GoFundMe if you can. Help support his family and stuff like that. May long rest in peace, my found footage brother. I will see you all next time. You all have a great rest of your day or evening, wherever you all at. If you can, slash the like, sleeping bag, kill the subscribe. I will see you all next time. Love movies, man. Love movies. Love doing what you do. Go outside, get the exercise in, man, and just stay good, stay blessed, and put the black gloves on and start stalking some mean people there. I'll see y'all next time. You take care, everybody.